investigation in the case. Let's talk about the AgustaWestland scam here. Now, what is being said that the Enforcement Directorate has opposed the bail to Christian Michel in the AgustaWestland case, and the British national who was extradited from the UAE to India in December 2018, where the ED has filed a prosecution complaint against Christian Michel, and the CBI too has charge-sheeted him in the case. Now, the CBI already in September 2020 filed a charge sheet naming at least 15 of those accused, including Christian Michel, in the VVIP chopper scam case, and he's said to be one of the critical middlemen who had facilitated the deal. Now, it is being alleged the AgustaWestland paid nearly 42 million euros to bribe when it comes to winning the contract for 12 VVIP choppers. And these are the important cases that are lined up in the Supreme Court, which will be hearing a batch of pleas challenging the extension of the tenure when it comes to the ED director. But when it comes to more cases that are likely to be taken up, this also is about the bail plea of Christian Michel in the case when he was extradited to India from the UAE in 2018, where the CBI had also alleged that the firm through which Christian Michel had received that alleged bribe for the purpose, and the bribes were routed through his company. So we have more details that are coming in on this ED affidavit, which is right now with Times Now. Bhavtosh, can you throw more light on that, please?
The Supreme Court, remember in December 2018, Christian Michel was extradited from UAE. He's a British national, but his extradition happened after UAE allowed him to be brought back to India. Christian Michel is a prime accused in the AgustaWestland case, and through a web of shell companies, he had bribed various Indian Air Force personnel as well as politicians, and his statement, in fact, had implicated several key players as far as the AgustaWestland case is concerned. Now, he asked for a bail first from the special court as well as from the Delhi High Court, which in fact denied the bail. Remember, both CBI and Enforcement Directorate had said that there was undue pressure that was being exerted by the British High Commission, primarily because he's a British national. And in this important affidavit, the Enforcement Directorate has said that given the fact that he was extradited in 2018, the period of completion of his offense gets over only in 2025, and it's only then this his matter of bail should be taken up. Whereas his counsel have said that the offense of under money laundering is only 7 years, and he has already served nearly 4 years in prison. So he should be released on bail, and that strictest conditions should be applied. But Enforcement Directorate has told Supreme Court that he should not be released on bail, primarily because he's a flight risk, and after a lot of effort, India managed to get him back to India, and he's not cooperated with any of the investigating agencies, whether it's Enforcement Directorate.
When it comes to decoding the alleged scam there, stay on with us. Bhavtosh, Siddharth is also joining us with those affidavit details, because previously also Supreme Court had sought a response, Siddharth, from the CBI and the ED on the bail pleas of Christian Michel, who is the alleged middleman in the AgustaWestland scam.
Absolutely, and the timeline is very important here, because in 2013 it was the first FIR that was registered in the AgustaWestland case. This was during the dying days of the UPA2, and it was 5 years later in 2018 that Christian Michel was successfully extradited to India after persistent efforts on the part of the Indian government. So it took 5 years for that to happen. So therefore the Enforcement Directorate, in this counter affidavit that has been filed by the ED in court opposing the bail plea of Mr. Michel, has said that it is pertinent to mention here that the present petitioner, not being a citizen of India, is a flight risk, and that his extradition has been obtained with extreme difficulties and procedural impediments. Further, the offence committed in the present case contains a complex web of transactions across jurisdictions, and the investigation with respect to the same is ongoing, and the presence of the petitioner is crucial at all stages. And this is the most operative part. It is apprehended that if the petitioner is enlarged on bail, he might flee to avoid the investigation, which shall be prejudicial against the course of the proceedings. So these are some of the reasons that the Enforcement Directorate has come out with to oppose the bail of Christian Michel, emphasizing the fact that it's been a painstaking effort to have him extradited from the UAE back to India, and that his physical presence is necessary for the investigations to proceed.
Right, but Bhavtosh, if I can come back to you on that, because on the ongoing investigation, the case is still not complete. The investigation is still happening. And on the side of Christian Michel's counsel, they have been pointing out that the case under sections 8 and 9 of the Prevention of Corruption Act, the maximum sentence that can be given is 5 years. And he's undergone already 4 years, so bail should be given.
Yes, that's the point that has been raised by Christian Michel counsel, not only in the Supreme Court, but also in the High Court. They have always said that the maximum sentence that he can get is between 5 years and 7 years, and he has already spent 4 years in prison. And the ED as well as the CBI has said that he's a flight risk, and after a lot of effort, they managed to bring him back to India. Remember, Christian Michel was hiding in UAE, and India had to use a lot of effort to manage first to get a red corner notice, and then to bring him back to India. Christian Michel, even after coming back to India, has not cooperated whether with the Enforcement Directorate or, for that matter, with CBI. Several charge sheets and prosecution complaints have been filed against him. The total bribery amount we are talking here is about 42 million euros, and if you convert it into Indian rupees, that is around 342 crore rupees. 12 VVIP choppers were brought to India, but the entire case involved a lot of corruption being, a lot of bribe being given to Indian Air Force officials as well as to politicians, and the ongoing investigation, that's the reason being given by the Enforcement Directorate, has in fact, what they have said is that because the investigation is still going on, he should not be enlarged on bail.
Right. All right, so that is what is being said today when the matter will be taken up in the court. Let's see exactly what the court takes up on the bail plea case of Christian Michel, the alleged middleman in the AgustaWestland scam case. For the moment, Bhavtosh, Siddharth, thanks very much for joining in. We head into a short break. You're watching Times Now.